Today I'm going to talk a little bit about what it is that a location scout does for TV shows and movies. The last video I made, I talked a little bit about how a location scout and a music supervisor are similar, and I figured I'd make one that sort of talked a little bit more about scouting, the process, how I do it. I get asked this question a lot, whether it's when I'm scouting somebody's house or business. So I thought, why not just make a video about sort of what the job entails and how it's done. Just a little backstory on me. I've worked on over 25 different TV shows and movies. I'd say 2/3 of them have been mostly scouting and working in the locations department. I've worked on projects like Ted, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, The Americans, FBI Most Wanted. So I've gotten to really learn a great deal about scouting and the process and sort of how the locations make sense to the rest of the film. So step one is pretty obvious. Read the script. I don't always read the script. Sometimes I don't get the script. Sometimes I just get an idea of what the scene is and what I'm looking for, and then I go out. But reading the script helps you when you're sort of pitching the idea to whoever it is that you're talking to when you're trying to clear a location. If there's stunts, if there's explosions, if anything that is some questionable content, I'd like to just bring it up, be upfront about everything, and just make sure everybody knows exactly what we want to do. Step two is take the direction from your location manager. So I don't just go out and find all the locations for the show. My location manager will say, hey, I need you to find X, Y, and Z, and here's where it should be because this is where it fits in our schedule. A lot of times I go out, I find a few options for us to look at. We get some direction from our production designer, director, creative team, and then we go from there. And when the director starts to take to something, we either find some more options like it or we move on to something else when he decides. Step three is go out and clear a few options. Clearing something is really the first step because you never want to show a director something that doesn't clear. For example, if I'm scouting for bars, I'll go to the bar, I'll meet the bar owner or the manager and say, hey, I'm a location scout for this show. This is what we'd like to potentially do. Is this something that you guys would be into? And once I get the full clearance from the bar owner, the manager, sometimes the landlord, depending on where the bar is located, then I go on to step four. Go out and shoot. Once I've gotten the clearance from everybody, I shoot every single aspect of whatever location I'm looking for. Let's say I'm scouting for houses. I'm scouting your house. I start from the front door. I basically do like a 4-corner photo shoot of each room of your house. I'll scout the garage, scout the basement, depending on what we're looking for. Just want to make sure I have everything covered, and you never know what's going to pop up later on. Maybe they change the script. Maybe we need to pick something up from another location that we could get for our schedule purposes and not have to go all the way back to that other location. So step five is basically collecting all of your photos and then posting them to a site where we can show them to the director. We typically use this site called SmugMug. It's not an ad. It just happened to be the best game in town. You can post the address, the contact info, some notes about whatever's going on with the location. Maybe there's some parameters that we have to work around. It's easy to collect all the information and the photos in one place so that when we do want to shoot somewhere, you can reach out to somebody pretty easily. Finally, step six is the director picks the location. I help find a bunch of options. Sometimes we find 3, 4, 5 different options, sometimes 10, sometimes it's the first one. The director ultimately chooses, hey, this is exactly where I want to shoot. Probably just a broad stroke basis of what I do as a scout. Every now and then I help with a director scout and basically help the location manager and a few of the creatives get in somewhere and introduce them to whoever the contact is and basically show them some spaces that we looked at while I was there scouting it by myself. There's a bunch of other things that I missed, I'm sure, and I'll continue to talk about what it is the locations department does, and it's just one piece of the puzzle of the entire operation, but we get to really have our hand in a lot of different aspects, so it's a lot of fun, very rewarding, and I have a great time doing it. Stay tuned for more. If you want me to do more videos like this, drop a comment down below, maybe something I said that made you think about location scouting or whatever. Make sure you give it a like if you got something from this, and subscribe to my channel if you want to hear more about music, film, and ice cream. That's it for this week. We'll see you next time.